It's time for more drawing together. Good morning. Today I'm taking things that we've done in past lessons and combining them, which is one of my favorite things to do. Maybe when I was a newer free motion quilter, I would pick one design and I would stick with that design and I would quilt the whole quilt with that one motif. And as I got more comfortable with free motion quilting and also saw what people around me were doing, I started to want to make my quilting look a little more complex, a little more personal, a little less predictable. And so that is what I'm working towards today. So I went ahead before we started and drew an example of where we're going, because I kind of want you to feel this feeling of oh, that looks complicated, because I'm going to show it to you again after we draw it together and it's going to feel less complicated. Hello. Good morning. Thank you for joining. If you're looking at this, I know how some of you think and talk to yourself. And if you're looking at this and you're like, I can't do that, maybe that's right. But I would just like you to add the word yet to it. You can't do it yet. You are capable of doing this, but it just takes being familiar with the designs. And that takes time. That takes time of getting familiar, taking the time to learn them. That inner mentor that's in your head, they take up a lot of space, and the rent they should pay you is being polite. So I would like your inner mentor to be polite to you. So I use this sort of a pattern on a quilt that I made. This is my quilt called Vista. I don't have it here. It's stuck somewhere during quarantine, but I do have this nice detail photo on the inside of the pattern where you can see me using this, and I think there's a lot of nice texture that comes through with this design. So I hope that you, if you like it, you'll give it a try. So I want to erase this now and review what we've done so far so that you can start to see how these elements are coming together. Ooh, Brown Bird Design says she's in. This might be perfect for a quilt she's doing. I'm so glad it's Friday. This schooling kids online thing is not awesome, and I'm really looking forward to the weekend. And also every Friday we do pizza and movie night, and it's one of the few rituals that we've been able to hold on to in the quarantine, and it just feels so... Oh, it said pause. We're back. All right, so to review what we've done this week, sorry about my poor connection. I really hope this works. Here's some things that you already know how to do if you've taken the time to do the other drawings. So you already know how to make your turns at different places from the last turns that you made. Okay, we did that design. That taught you how to vary the place that you turn and change direction in your design. You already know how to follow along a path and add something as you follow. Okay, that following along a path is super important for creating cool texture. You already know how to make a spiral that you like. And what we did yesterday, you already know how to make a string of pearls that vary in size and then continue your path along. So the design that we're going to do today is what happens when you put all of those skills together. All right. If any part, and this is also going to help you if you find parts of this design are not working for you. Ask yourself, am I having a hard time figuring out where to turn? Am I having a hard time with these pebbles? Am I having a hard time following along with the path, or am I having a hard time making spirals? And go back and figure out which one of those you can spend more. Gosh, I'm so sorry. This is the first day I've had so many pauses for bad connection. I don't know what to do about it. Okay, so to start off, we're just gonna do a little wavy line and then change direction. And maybe I'll put in one of those little swirls like we did with that following along design. And then I'll go back here and change direction. Oh, I bumped into this guy. I'll just echo around it. Now I feel like adding a nice spiral here. And I'll go around that. What about that string of pearls that we learned how to do? That looks like just a nice spot for another spiral. You see that big bump I had to fill in there? That's just, my instinct said put a spiral there, so I did. When you're watching me draw this, you may be thinking that I'm going to do something different than what I do, and you're not wrong. You could have done that thing that you were thinking of, and it also would have looked good. So now I'm thinking, it's been a while since I did one of these. Where do I want to do my next one? I could start it way over here, but I'm already kind of like working around this bump, but I could do that. I think what I'm going to do is like work myself over here and then do it over there and have some time to think about it along the way. There's a lot of just add another one of those over here. You see how I just guided that little pebble up in there to fill in the space? It's nice when the spacing stays kind of consistent. And that's what gives that nice texture. Is this kind of mesmerizing to watch? I hope so, and I hope you'll try drawing it too, because it's really fun. I'll try and put a speeded up drawing of covering the whole board up on my Instagram feed. I'm wondering if you have questions about this design or comments that I can answer for you. And if you think of something later, feel free to check in with me. I really like working like this. And you know, it's a lot of switching. It's like I'm switching between the wavy line part of my brain, then I switch to the spiral part of my brain, then I switch to the pebble part of my brain. And that switching, when you first start doing it, happens slowly. When you first start switching between those skills, you're gonna be like, it's like grinding gears to change over. But the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So don't be disheartened that I draw this faster than you. That's normal. And I drew it really slow when I started.